Hi, welcome to my views and news. Breaking news for you. Is it a breaking news or an update? I leave it to you. A few days ago, 2 to 3 days ago, I did a video about a video, a video clip published by the manufacturer of Turkish TB2 drones. Uh, Selçuk Bayraktar is the name of the manufacturer, the founder of Baker Makina company. He released a video showing modern Turkish combat drones, Akinci. Pronunciation is Akinci, some call it Akinci, but it's Akinci. Akinci is the latest drone which Turkey has produced. It's more advanced than a TB2. Selçuk Bayraktar showed Akinci and other drones parked at a Turkish airport. And now it is being reported by Turkish news sources that 8 countries have acquired these modern Akinci drones. Is Ethiopia one of these 8 countries? What is the cost of Akinci? And can Ethiopia afford to have to operate such an expensive drone? What about Ethiopian economic conditions? Firstly, when in 2021 Ethiopia purchased drones, it purchased Muhajir 6 Iranian, Winglong 1 Chinese from UAE, and TB2 from Turkey. I think TB2 back then cost around 5 million, less than 10 million US dollars for one piece. And Ethiopia bought several TB2s. Obviously, they're GCS2. And Ethiopian drone operators were trained in Turkey, and Turkish drone operators reportedly were part of operations in Ethiopia. Because wherever Turkey sends drones, it sends drone operators to. Why? Because Turkey wants to ensure that its equipment performs. Performance leads to more sales. So Turkey does not leave its drones in the hand of new operators. It always ensures that drones are well maintained and they're properly used by experienced drone operators. So in most war fields, Turkish drone operators, in coordination with local drone operators, fly these drones and hit targets precisely. That is what happened in Ethiopia, I believe. That when Ethiopian Air Force conducted drone strikes against Tigray fighters, Turkish drone operators, in coordination with Ethiopian drone operators, worked here reportedly. And Turkey sends teams of engineers on regular basis to ensure that drone to all the countries. Wherever Turkish drones are sold, Turkey sends these teams. The drones are well maintained. Ethiopia knows pretty well that it managed to push Tigray fighters from North Shore Amhara far Romia's special zone because TB2 started working, started hitting targets very precisely. Back then, Eritrea did not launch any offensive from the other side, from northern side. It was mainly drone threat. TDF's supply lines were being hit. Their tanks, artillery pieces were being hit. So their dream of reaching Ethiopia-Djibouti road remained unrealized. Their dream of reaching Addis Ababa could not materialize. They had to retreat. It was mainly due to the effective use of drones. Ethiopian military knows that pretty well. So it would be surprising for us. Now, it is surprising that Ethiopia wants to upgrade its drone capabilities. It wants to have more and more modern combat drones. Can it afford, by the way? Before that, Defense Turk is a Turkish website run by Turkish writers, security analysts. They have published an article. They have confirmed that Ethiopia is one of 8 countries which have received Akinci drones from Turkey recently. It did not happen months ago, no, it happened recently. We can say within the last few days or weeks, you can say. Because Akinci was only being used by Pakistan, Libya, Turkey itself. 3 countries or 4 were using Akinci, I think. Now 8 have received Akinci. Question is, what is the difference between TB2 and Akinci? What is the price? Price of TB2 around 5 million. Price of Akinci 100 million US dollars for one piece. It means PM Abiy's government is spending a lot on its military. How can Ethiopian economy, by the way, recuperate if its military spending is so much? And we know that a palace is also being built in Addis Ababa. No one knows about the source of funding for this palace. If you combine military spending and the spending on the construction of palace, you can clearly see that Ethiopian economy can never recover if these expenses continue. There is no likelihood of Ethiopian economy to recover. Now, what is the difference between Akinci and TB2? Why did Ethiopia buy Akinci? Well, Akinci is like an aircraft. It's a drone, but it's like an aircraft. It's much heavier than TB2. It means it can carry heavier loads too. Its takeoff load is greater, many times greater than that of TB2. It can fly higher than TB2. It means it cannot be detected. Drones which fly higher cannot be detected from the ground. Secondly, it can operate for air to air and air to ground, both operations, both combat, air to air combat, air to ground combat. It can participate in both these forms of combat operations. It's a very advanced drone, the most advanced drone you can say, which Turkey has produced so far. That just shows the priorities of Ethiopian government, a country begging for 1 billion US dollars from IMF and World Bank, is spending hundreds of millions of US dollars on military spending. It says that it will not make a compromise here because military spending is mandatory for survival. Is Ethiopia facing any external threat? Any tangible external threat? Can we say that Ethiopia is going to be attacked by any other country? I don't see anyone attacking Ethiopia, by the way. There are tensions over GERD, but can we say Egypt is going to attack Ethiopia? No. Can we say Eritrea is going to attack Ethiopia? No. Any attack from Somalia? No. Al-Shabaab operating there, we cannot say that Ethiopia it's going to come under a large-scale attack. Then why are these drones being bought? Ethiopia is facing mainly internal challenges. Drone strikes are being conducted in the Amhara region. We had a video on that this morning. Drone strikes becoming more frequent now against Fano fighters. Drone strikes against Tigray fighters during Tigray war, against Ola in Oromia, against Fano. These drones are basically being used internally. Now, when Akinci is being bought, It means that military wants to crush groups in Ethiopia which are fighting against the federal forces. Obviously, if there is an external threat, these drones can be used against external threats too. Uh, Ethiopia has not officially confirmed so far. It never officially confirmed the purchase of TB2s, Winglongs. We, through different sources, confirmed that and share detail with you. Again, Ethiopia will never confirm. You'll never hear from the government that it has bought a drone worth $100 million. How many? We don't know how many have been bought by Ethiopia. One, two, or three. That just shows the priority of the government. Ethiopian government is going to continue spending a lot on military, and believe me, it will lead to arms race in the region. I mean, do you expect Eritrea to sit idle now? No. You will see Eritrea try to get drones from somewhere. The way tensions are rising between these two countries, Eritrea would like to enhance its military capabilities. I would be surprised if I came to know that Eritrea was already in talks with a government, with a country, to purchase a modern combat drones if it hasn't already. Some say Eritrea has already purchased combat drones, Zila, etc., from Russia, but I think we should wait for proper verification. But I think that now Eritrea is going to buy modern combat drones if it hasn't already. Egypt already has all these things. Best air force in Africa is in Egypt. Sudan facing its own internal challenges, but mainly I think Eritrea will make now decisions to enhance its military capabilities. I think PM Abiy's government should share with people the details of military spending in the last 2 to 3 years. How much was spent on the purchase of drones, and where were these drones used against Ethiopian people? Government buying drones to use in Ethiopia. Same could happen now after the delivery of Akinci, that we could see deployment of Akinci against Fano or against Ola 2 if talks collapse in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Thank you for watching.